Yo, what up? How you guys doing out there today? This is your boy Rudo Beast, and I'm here with my boy Jeremy, aka DFS Dudes, and we're here to present you our NBA Fanduel and DraftKings picks for tomorrow opening night two-game slate, October 16th. If you're new to this channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below. This week, I'll watch all of our NBA, NFL, and MLB videos. If you haven't already, go check out our new website at www.dfscheatsheet.com. We have all the tools to help you compete with the pros day in and day out, including a complete optimizer, tons of content, everything that you need. So go make sure and check out the site at dfscheatsheet.com. So, hey, as you guys could tell, hey, I'm super excited. LeBron is in LA. Very excited for this NBA season to start. Love NBA DFS. It's where I make most of my money every single year. Like I said, it's my sport. I don't have really much else to say about it. I'm so excited. Tomorrow's slate's a little bit of a smaller slate. I mean, I'm still excited for it. Still going to max out my 150 entries using our optimizer on the two-game slate. But Wednesday is going to be the day of days where we're going to have a full slate. We're going to start getting a lot of money going out there every single day. So, hey, man, if you haven't already, man, you guys need to check it out. Join the money team. We're going to absolutely crush this season. You get our season package right now, and you're going to make your money back in just a couple weeks. So you're going to get 6-7 months worth of basketball paid for, I would say in less than a month. I mean, that's how good and how confident we are with NBA. So check it out. We also actually have a couple specials that we're going to give you guys just for the people that are watching this video right now. We're willing to give you a discount on our NBA packages. So yeah, real quick before we get into those, how you doing out there, Jeremy?
What's up, man? NBA is here. Really excited for NBA. We kill NBA. We've been killing NBA for like 3 years. In my opinion, I think you share the same opinion. This is the most profitable sport simply because of the fact that I think it's the most popular sport too. I know from an overall fantasy standpoint, everybody loves to play fantasy NFL, but the difference is this is fast-paced. Right. Not only the way you accumulate your points, it's fast-paced. You got guys in the game and point. I mean, you can literally watch points go up and down. You're not waiting on a guy to get a catch. You're not waiting on this. Right. Your guys go in the game, and I mean, there's no other sport I could think of that you can build a lineup, head down to the bar with the boys, go down to the restaurant, whatever you want to do, and watch the stuff, have some wings, whatever. But to me, this is my favorite sport. I love to watch my players go off, and there's no better feeling than having a late-night hammer in NBA as opposed to the other sports. You know, I mean, this is the best fantasy sport to be a part of. We're going to give you guys a couple of promo codes for those of you that are watching the video live. Take advantage of our luxury box memberships. We're trying to get as many people in these as possible to really stack up our domination this year of NBA.
Definitely. So, real quick before we get into this video, I'll hook you guys up with a couple promo codes that you can go check out the site. Use these codes. They're only good until tomorrow. If you do want to join us for NFL and NBA, that's our bundle package, $350 for both sports. We'll actually give you $50 off just for today and tomorrow. You could use that promo code at our checkout on dfscheatsheet.com. It's bundle live. That'll give you $50 off our bundle package. Makes it $300 even for both NBA and NFL with us. Full season. You get live chat room, full access to our optimizer, our cash lines for FanDuel and DraftKings daily. A lot of good things going on. And if you just want to jump in, for NBA because NBA is our best sport and that's all you're really interested in, no problem. I got a coupon code for you guys. It's just good until tomorrow as well. Our special is actually $200 right now for all NBA season plus playoffs, includes everything. We'll give you guys an extra $25 off of that. So make our NBA season-long package only $175. That promo code is NBA25 off. You can use that at our checkout on dfscheatsheet.com. And hey, join in the fun with us. And hey, let's get some money together for sure. So, hey, man, I'm ready to jump into this two-game slate and kind of get it going. You about ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I mean, it's honestly.
I would tell you this, man. I know we're conservative, And as far as making your money back on the membership, over a 30-day period of time, I totally get that. But here's the deal, right? If you spend $175 with the promo code and get the membership, it's not going to take you 30 days to make your return on.
Well, I really wanted to say 2 weeks. I really wanted to say 2 weeks, but I'm like, I'll be fair and I'll give it a month. You know what I'm saying? Just
relative, right? I mean, if you, it's really dependent on you and your investment nightly into the lineup that we give you, the cash game lineup. I mean, if you're a $5 a night player, it's going to take you a while to get that $175 investment back because your opportunity is limited. But if you're a $30, $40, $50 player a night on an NBA slate and you pick the right opportunities. One thing that to also you touched about the chat and the private Facebook page and all the access that you get with the membership. We're going to tell you which slates you need to go heavy on, and we're going to tell you which slates just pretty much will give you the cash lineup for it, but you want to pretty much avoid. I mean, we're looking at a 2-game slate for tomorrow night. Typically speaking, a 2-game slate is a tournament slate. It's not a cash game slate. There will be a cash game lineup for tomorrow night because there's some obvious plays we're going to get into, but it's not a night you go buck wild with your bankroll on a 2-game slate, right? We're looking for the Wednesday night slate, the full slate where research pays off and there's some work that has to be done, and that's the benefit of the membership. Save yourself the time. You're able to get a huge return on your investment by not having to spend and allocate the time that we do to the research.
Yeah, no, and one more quick thing before we get into the slate. Tonight, I'll get a NBA strategy, betting strategy video up as well. It's very helpful. You get our lineups. We tell you exactly what contest to put the lineups in, exactly how to spread out your money throughout different contests to help you maximize your return on investment every single night. We give you all the tools that you need to be successful and help you maximize your return on investment night in and night out. So like I said, man, hey, join the money team. You're going to get your money back quick. And, hey, let's get this money together.
Hey, Steph, real quick, let's go ahead and give them one more, man. Let's give them another promo code if they want to bundle it up. Did you give them the bundle it up? Let's bundle it up. Bundle Live 50. Get both of them.
Okay, Bundle Live 50. So if you use that promo code, it'll get you $50 off our bundle package, which is regularly $350. It'll make it $300. Get you the rest of NFL, which we're not even halfway done yet. Plus, you're getting your full access, all NBA with us all the way through playoffs. Hey, we want you guys to join the money team. We're trying to make it as affordable as possible for you guys. So yeah, go check it out. Go take advantage of the Bundle 50 promo code, or if you just want NBA, take advantage of the NBA $25 off promo code for just the NBA package. And yeah, hey, I'm ready to go, bro. I'm ready to talk some NBA and get into this slate.
Oh, let's get it.
So before we get going into the players, I'll just quickly kind of give you an overview on the slate. It's a 4-team slate, 2 games. You got the Warriors, which are are implied to score 11 more points than any other team on the slate. They're projected at 117 projected points tomorrow. The next closest team, you got the Boston Celtics at 106. Implied total. Oklahoma City comes in at 3rd with 106 implied total as well. And then lastly, we got the Philadelphia 76ers against Boston at 102 implied total. So we're kind of see ahead who's the favorites on this slate. Honestly, one thing for me is it's going to be we're going to have to really look into it tomorrow to see if Westbrook plays. The way I'm kind of looking at it is if Westbrook doesn't play, I think the Warriors are probably going to blow out OKC. I mean, what do you think about that?
So I think there's going to be a little bit more scoring in the first game than what Vegas has it at as a 106.8 to 101.8 game. You got Gordon Hayward coming back. I understand his limits will probably be limited a little bit because of coming back off the injury. But I really think that there could be more scoring in this game than the 208, basically. What is it, 208.6, I think, is the implied total on this game.
Right.
208.5. So this is the spread on this game is 5. It's a close game. The one that I think gets ugly where the fantasy value is at is the second game, and that fantasy value will come into play and the ugliness will come into play if Westbrook doesn't play. I mean, there's a lot of cheap guys in Oklahoma City. We can get into that. But in that first game, just to hit what's going on from an injury standpoint on the Philadelphia side. Jared Bayless is out. Zahari Smith is out. Wilson Chandler is out. They say Muscala is doubtful. So, you know, Joel Embiid, Robert Covington, Dario Saric. I know Saric was listed because he missed the last preseason game. He was listed on FanDuel up until a little while ago as being out. He is not out. He was just out for that game. He is not listed as out according to the 76ers right now.
Yeah, no, he's going to play tomorrow for sure. Everything I've read,
right.
He's going to play 30-plus minutes tomorrow, in my opinion, because his backup in Muscala is not looking good. It's looking like he's for sure going to be out tomorrow. So they're saying tomorrow.
Saric is the guy for me that stands to benefit the most in that lineup from a fantasy production standpoint. We know how good he was last year in spots. And then with the loss of Ilyasova, they don't have Marco Bellinelli, either one of those guys on the roster anymore. I think that, his price is so fair. You're looking at, Saric at $6,400 on FanDuel. The guy's a double-double potential every single night. He can knock the three down. It's a guy I like a whole bunch in this first game. And then, Al Horford listed as a center. We know Al Horford last season, he played so much power forward it wasn't even funny, and it was a huge mismatch for guys who were athletic power forwards to be matched up against Al Horford. And then centers also weren't bad to target against Boston either. Boston's going to play really good defense. They're obviously the favorites to probably come out of the East, especially with LeBron leaving. But I think there's some really good spots. I think Saric is one of them. I think Embiid is another one. Even if Horford plays center, there's no way that Horford is D'ing up Joel Embiid.
Oh, yeah, no chance. I definitely think this is a game that Joel Embiid is going to have a really, really good game. For me, looking on the 76ers side, there's three guys that are really standing out to me, and then there's a couple other guys that are kind of like, maybe I could play them, maybe I can't. Definitely in GPP you could play them, but cash-wise, the only three guys I'm really going to be looking at from the 76ers side is going to be Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, and Dario Saric. Fultz is borderline for me. They're saying he's going to start, but it's a weird situation. From everything I was reading, they're saying that Markelle Fultz is going to start at shooting guard, even though J.J. Redick is a very good starting shooting guard. They're trying to boost the confidence of Markelle Fultz, so they're going to start him over Redick, but they've left it open that they may even let Markelle Fultz start the first half as shooting guard, and then let J.J. Redick start the second half as shooting guard. It's kind of weird.
They actually announced that earlier today.
Okay. I was reading a little bit of that yesterday. Okay, so if something like that is going to happen for me with those guys, they both have GPP upside, but I really want to wait a couple of games and see how that kind of rotation really folds out. They're not going to be able to, honestly, in my opinion, I don't think this is something that they can do all season. I don't think it's a smart thing to do all season either.
My lock in this game is Embiid, and I'll tell you why. Very simple. It's not just because it's Joel Embiid. You look at what he did last year, right? So last year versus Celtics, you look at January, he goes 60.5 fantasy points. You look, they play again in April, he goes 57, follows that up with a 50 and then a 52.75. And you look at the minutes in those games, 41, 37, 35, 35. This guy, to me, is the lock. He's the guy with the 6X potential. You need 6X. We could get more into that, as the season goes on or the videos we do. But 6X is really the target you're looking for. This guy averages 5.5 times value against Boston dating back since 2017. To me, this is the guy that you lock in this game, and then you wait for the Westbrook news to see where you're going to build your lineup around that.
Right. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think it's very smart. It's very clear cut. And then for me, looking on the Boston side of things, it's a little bit clogged up. They got a lot of really good players, and they don't necessarily have, all the minutes to get these. Most of their players should be getting at least 30 minutes a game. That's how deep they are. That's how good their team is. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to do that all season. Everybody's not going to get 30 minutes a game. So I think you're going to see, even, for example, a guy like Kyrie Irving on any other team, they're going to play him 37, 38 minutes a game. I mean, they're going to play this guy almost the whole entire game. But the fact that they have such a good backup in Terry Rozier, I could see Kyrie only getting 33 minutes a game. They want to keep him a little bit more fresher throughout the year. They want to avoid him getting injured, going into the playoffs. So right now, Hayward, it's a complete wait and see approach for me. They said he's going to be capped off at a 25 minutes limit. So him, I'm going to kind of wait on Hayward. I honestly, I like Terry Rozier. I like Marcus Smart. I think that since Hayward is going to be limited, minute-wise, some of those guys will pick up a couple extra minutes early in the season. I really like Jaylen Brown. I think he's in a really, really good spot right here. You can look at Tatum. Is Tatum going to start at the 4? Have they announced that yet?
Their starting lineup?
Yeah.
So their projected starting lineup, they have Tatum at the 4, and then they have Al Horford at the 5, and that really gets into why I'm saying so much that I like. I think there's just mismatches here, right? I think that Saric Saric and Tatum kind of mismatch each other on the offensive end of it. Jason Tatum, we know his athleticism. It's well documented, and Saric's ability to play from the perimeter and Tatum's ability not to defend the perimeter are well documented, right? So, talking about Kyrie Irving really quick, one of the things with Kyrie Irving, you said I think that you see him playing about 35 minutes tomorrow night. He's averaging, in 3 games last year against Boston, he averaged 33.3 minutes.
That's what I said, 30.
About 40 fantasy points. So we're looking, to me, you're looking at a guy in Kyrie Irving that if he gets you 33, 34, 35 minutes tomorrow night at the price tag of $7,600, this is a huge discount because it's a $9,000 player that you're getting at $7,600 who has the ability to get you 6x and beyond.
7,600 on DraftKings, right? Is what you're talking about? DraftKings?
7,600 on DraftKings, yeah, I'm sorry.
And then 8,400 on Fanduel. So a little bit more expensive on Fanduel. But, I mean, either way, the usage is going to be through the roof. We know that.
Right.
The guy, he was out last playoffs. And another thing, too, is I think that this game is going to be very close. I feel like Philadelphia is going to come in tomorrow with the chip on their shoulder with the fact that Boston eliminated them out the playoffs last year. You know what I mean? So I definitely think that this is going to be the game where it's going to be close. And then you got Tatum, 6,200. Jaylen Brown, 5,900. These dudes are cheap. They're dirt cheap. Even at Terry Rozier, 4,100. He's going to probably play, 20, 23, 24 minutes. I definitely think that he's a really good GPP play as well. So, yeah, I definitely think this game is going to stay close. We can look at both sides of this game. For sure, the Boston side's a little bit more clogged as far as, how many minutes are going to be able to go around between everybody. But on a 2-game slate, we got to attack somewhere, and I definitely think that you want to attack both sides of this game. I'm ready.
Things, right? 2 interesting things that we should point out. One, before we should probably do this before we got really heavy into the video, but for those of you that don't know or haven't paid attention to what's going on with NBA on the FanDuel side of things,
right?
You're kind of late scratch proof this year to some extent. So you load your lineup with 9 players. They're only taking the top 8 scores. You're basically getting a throwaway score. So be aware of that as well. We'll get more into that later on, not in this video, but in other videos, if there's some strategy and how we feel about that. I know there were some Facebook questions on the Facebook page as well about that, but just be aware that the top 8 scores are what they're calculating. They're throwing away your worst score. So, it'll be interesting to see tomorrow, with this game being the 7:30 game, if there's no news on Westbrook, what his ownership percentage is, because of the fact that if he doesn't play and you load him into your lineup tomorrow night, and there's no news prior to the 5 p.m. lock, load him up. What do you have to lose? If he gets you a 0, they're going to throw that score away anyhow. So that's an interesting thing that's different this year. You can afford to play a guy that you really love if there's no news prior to the early lock. That's the first. And then the second, looking at the point guard position, Ben Simmons finally, FanDuel moved Ben Simmons to the point guard position. They had him at power forward the entirety of last year. He is really a point guard for that team. That's what he plays. The only thing I don't like about it now is that people, for research purposes, they love to look at DVP and they would look at DVP and they would look at, go to Fanduel, they see him as a power forward, and then they would go look at the power forward matchup, and then you could get Simmons some nights at reduced ownership because it wasn't a good power forward matchup, but he wasn't playing power forward. He's a point guard. So beyond that, just looking as a whole into this, you're going to have to find a number 2 guy here because point guard and small forward, they're not deep. There's not a lot of value in these spots. They're not deep. You're looking at for value with Markelle Fultz, Terry Rozier, and then beyond that, you're looking at guys like T.J. McConnell, Raymond Felton, Sean Livingston, who's now a game time decision. So value from the standpoint of it's a very shallow pool at point guard. You look at shooting guard. Shooting guard has a little bit more depth. Another move there is Andre Iguodala is now a shooting guard. Last year, he was listed as a small forward for the entirety of the season. They've got him listed now as a shooting guard, which adds some depth, at least for tomorrow night's slate, to the shooting guard position. However, if Westbrook is out, Schroeder listed as a shooting guard, you're looking for a shooting guard number 2 because Schroeder's the absolute chalk, and he's a lock for what his usage will be, his opportunity, etc. At $6,100, you're getting a guy playing point guard most likely tomorrow night if Westbrook's out in a high implied total game.
Yeah.
A very shallow bench.
So real quick for me, I'm just going to keep it real. For me, Schroeder, whether Westbrook plays tomorrow or not, I think Schroeder's an absolute lock. Because if Westbrook plays tomorrow, Schroeder's going to start at shooting guard. Andre Roberts is out for a couple weeks. The other guy that they're going to play at shooting guard, Ferguson, he's questionable. They're not going to start. They're not going to start to do Ferguson over Schroeder. Schroeder's going to play at least 34, 35 minutes tomorrow, whether Westbrook is in or not. And like you said, if Westbrook is out, it's going to be ridiculous. I really like Schroeder tomorrow. For me, either way on the whether he's in or not, I'm playing Schroeder tomorrorow. It is what it is.
Schroeder for cash tomorrow is a lock because for one, he's $6,100. That's number 1, right? $6,100. If Westbrook is for tournaments though, in tournament play, you're gonna have to fade him in some lineups if Westbrook plays. If Westbrook doesn't play, you're gonna need to alternate that shooting guard number 2 spot and look at how you're gonna differentiate your lineups. And the third piece of that puzzle is with Roberson out, a guy that's not going to get a lot of love tomorrow night, who saw between 16 and 24 minutes last year, is Alex Abrines. Abrines could be a guy who gets a little bit more minutes this year and could get a little bit more of a boost if Westbrook doesn't play. I understand they've got Schroeder to play their number 2. They really only had a defensive number 2 in the past with Roberson. Now they have more of a scoring number 2. But for purposes of tomorrow night only, if Westbrook doesn't play, I do like Schroeder. You could get contrarian and you could try to go with Klay Thompson and Alex Abrines in tournaments. You could even try and throw Iguodala in there if you think that game's going to get ugly. But I definitely think shooting guard is a deeper spot than point guard and small forward are.
And one more thing, just really quick on the Schroeder and Westbrook thing. Westbrook, even if he plays tomorrow, he hasn't played basketball in a while. So if he comes back and he does play tomorrow, he's gonna play on limited minutes. They're not gonna go with their star player they need for the whole season to go from playing 0 to close to 40 minutes in the first game of the season. You know what I mean? I don't care if they're playing the Warriors or who they're playing. It's just not a very good strategy as an organization. So even if he comes back, he's gonna be limited with his minutes. So you could definitely see Schroeder. Okay, even if he starts at the 2. Westbrook comes out, Schroeder goes to the 1, they bring in Abrines. You know what I mean? No matter what, in my opinion, on tomorrow's slate, I'm not saying this all season, but on tomorrow's slate, Dennis Schroeder he's a lock for me. That's kind of where I'm at, just based on the price and based on the opportunity. And then on the flip side of things, especially if Schroeder starts at the point guard position, I absolutely love Steph Curry. Schroeder was horrible last year guarding.
Well documented.
Horrible guarding the point guard position. So whatever position that Schroeder starts at, that guy gets a bump for me, whether it's Klay Thompson or whether it's Steph Curry. That's just kind of how I'm looking at this slate. The last thing on the Thunder side of things is if Westbrook's out tomorrow, Paul George is another lock. I don't care what you say. His usage is crazy without Westbrook. So, I mean, that's two pieces to the puzzle right there. You got to go Paul George. You got to go Schroeder. You like, Embiid a lot. Those are three really good plays for tomorrow, and I feel like you can get all three of those guys in your lineup pretty easy. And yeah, I mean that's kind of where I'm at. Another thing too, it actually just came out late, is that I think I seen that Adams was questionable. Did you see something like that?
I have not seen any. Oh yeah,
Okay.
Steven Adams.
Yeah, Steven Adams for some reason.
Game time decision.
Oh, Gabe. Okay, so and one more thing I'll quickly mention. Just say Adams is out. If Adams is out tomorrow, I'm going to load up on some Nerlens Noel. This guy, he stuffs the stat sheet like crazy. At 4,000, he's pretty much a punt play. But this is a punt play you can feel confident in. It's all about minutes with him. If he gets minutes, if he's going to give me 25 minutes at a 4,000 price tag, easy 5K.
Who did you say?
Nerlens Noel.
Yeah.
Easy 5 times value. If Adams is out tomorrow, he's going to play 25 minutes. You know what I mean? Especially in a fast tempo, up and down game with the Warriors. The guy's like, he's like a physically fit guy. He's not, you know what I mean, like some slow action. He can run up and down the court. So I definitely I like the play in Nerlens Noel if Adams ends up being out tomorrow.
Nerlens Noel is like Josh Gordon, man. He's looking for a place to fit in.
Right.
He's so athletic. He has so much upside. He was a really strong player for a while with the Sixers, and then the Joel Embiid situation came on, and then he took a seat. I can't think of the other guy that was playing center for the 76ers. What's his name? He went to Brooklyn last year.
I know who you're talking about. I can't think of it.
His name is slipping my mind for some reason. He was a high draft pick also, but then Noel, Dallas acquires him, and I thought, man, Noel's finally going to get a chance to play. I think he played like 3 games where he actually played decent minutes last year with Dallas.
Right.
I kept looking for him to be a guy that they inserted in that lineup, and they just never did. I mean, that you could argue Dallas was tanking the season, but Nerlens Noel in the right opportunity with the right team, this guy can run the floor. And,
right. Yeah,
it doesn't matter if Westbrook plays tomorrow night or doesn't play tonight. If Adams doesn't play, or, even if Adams does play, that doesn't matter to me. If Nerlens Noel is a guy who's in their rotation, this is a team that's going to get up and down the floor, and this is a big man that can absolutely run the floor. Very explosive, very athletic, like you said. Right.
Yeah, what I don't understand either is they're saying that they're probably going to have Patrick Patterson, the starter, at the 4. I understand that, he has a 3-point shot, etc., but that's all Patrick Patterson does. He's not a defensive player. He's not going to, do anything really, honestly, besides stand out on 3-point line. And I feel like the Thunder, they have scores. They have Westbrook. They have Schroeder. They have Paul George. So I think that putting Nerlens Noel in the starting lineup alongside Adam will be killer on defense. You know what I mean?
Look at the Warriors, right? Just take a look at the other side of this game with Jordan Bell, right? And Draymond Green, 2 very athletic guys. They can throw out there at the power forward spot, or even rotate small and go to center. And I think that's got to be one of the reasons why they like Nerlens Noel, is because he's a guy that can run the floor and probably close games out with Steven Adams. I mean, Steven Adams is a guy, depending on the situation, he's a very good foul shooter. He's a very good rebounder. But Nerlens Noel is an unbelievable shot blocker.
Right. Definitely. So that's kind of where we're at on the Thunder side of things. We'll finish off with the Warriors. I mean, for me, pretty much all the Warriors are in play. I mean, starting wise, all the the big 4, because you're not going to have Cousins out there tomorrow. But I mean, I definitely think you could consider the Steph Currys, the Thompsons, Durants, the Draymonds, who's going to fill up the stat sheet. My only thing with the Warriors in general is, if Westbrook doesn't play, how long is this game really going to be close for? You know what I mean? That's my biggest thing with this game. And even if Westbrook does play, he's going to be limited minutes. I'm just a little bit nervous that this game is going to get away, earlier than later, and the Warriors are not going to see their full allotment of minutes. If that's the case, pretty much it was Curry last year and it was Durant last year. They usually got there for the most part, even in three quarters. You know what I mean? The Klay Thompsons and the Draymonds are the ones that are like, well, if the game gets away early, are they going to get their full stats that we're looking for? So that's my only thing on the Warriors side is if this game gets away early or not. You know what I mean? But, I mean, they're all fantastic plays. And like you said, if you said that Livingston, all of a sudden, he's questionable now, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, see, I mean, if Livingston, another guy too, if Livingston it doesn't play tomorrow, then sign me up for Jordan Bell. The guy showed us last year in a starting role. I mean, I'm sorry, not Jordan Bell, Quinn Cook. Yeah, Quinn Cook. And they'll bring him in as a backup shooting guard. No Livingston, they'll bring him in as a backup point guard as well. He'll play, 20, 25 minutes off the bench. The guy's shown us he's a proven scorer. So if Livingston's out, then Cook is a guy that I'll definitely have in some GPP as well.
Yeah, again, and just a couple of things with the Warriors, right? This is a 2-game slate. What human nature is on 2-game slates is to start team stacking up. I would limit my exposure to the Warriors as far as from a stack standpoint, simply because the research shows that when you stack 2 of them together, the odds of them both reaching value are very good. It's like 60% of the time. But when you get beyond that, the odds of 3 and 4 players reaching value together, it's not very good. Usually you have 2 guys in the Warriors lineup that carry the team. They kind of, they share the ball so well that they tend to ride the hot hand. Steph Curry's obviously the point guard, but Draymond Green, they really play well when Draymond Green is the guy who's distributing the basketball, and then you've got usually a Durant and then a combination of one of the other 2 guys, either Curry or Thompson, knocking down threes, and they get hot. You have to be careful with the minutes here. It's the first game of the season. They're not going to play through a blowout. They are not going to play in the third quarter. If they're up by 25, they'll maybe come out and play 4, 5, 6 minutes. And if they extend that lead, call it a day. They'll wrap it up and move on. You'll see those 4 guys sitting over there with ice on their legs and their knees, and that'll be it. The value in this game and where the guys are, the winning tournament lineups are going to be tomorrow night is getting exposure to an Iguodala or a Quinn Cook, or a Nerlens Noel, or a Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant can score, rebound, dish the basketball. So this is not – I know it's OKC at Golden State, but there are so many things with, Sean Livingston, game time decision, sign me up for some Quinn Cook, right? And then we don't know rotations yet either. So, we don't know what the plan for Quinn Cook is this year, right? Quinn Cook could be a guy that he may be there number 2. He may be a guy who's a 15 to 20-minute guy every single night because of what he did last year, and rotate in for Klay Thompson or Steph Curry, right? Klay Thompson's a guy that typically eats the bulk of the minutes for the Warriors. He's a guy that plays with that second unit. That's what it's been in years past. But be very careful of stacking the Warriors up. If I was going to stack one team up tomorrow night, if it's going to be Russell Westbrook is out, and I'm looking to stack up, Schroeder, and, you want to talk about the stack. That's if Adams and Westbrook doesn't play. You just lock up Schroeder, George, and, Nerlens Noel, and that's your 3-man stack that you build your lineups around.
Right. And also, too, just real quick, I want to touch on with the Quinn Cook. We talked about the new scoring this year. You got to have a minimum price guy in your lineup. But just because you're putting a minimum price guy in your lineup doesn't mean that, you just have to throw anybody in there. You still want it to be an educated decision. You know what I mean? Perfect example. If one of your guys, just absolutely busts, you have that $3,500 guy in there that actually has some upside. Let me give you a perfect example. Quinn Cook. I know it was preseason. I understand. But we've seen it last year. You know what I mean? Quinn Cook, if he gets his minutes, just like he did the last preseason game against the Lakers, he put up 20 points, 4 assists, 1 rebound in 30 minutes. If he gets you 25 minutes and he gets you, 15 points and almost the same amount of assists and rebounds at a $3,500 price tag, that's a great value. So especially if Livingston's out tomorrow, I definitely think Quinn Cook would be one of the premier minimum plays that you could put in your lineup at that, extra spot to kind of get some of the higher price guys elsewhere.
I don't see Livingston playing tomorrow. I don't, because it's foot soreness.
They're very cautious with him.
And they're very cautious with him already.
Right.
You know, I don't see him playing, but I agree with Quinn Cook. I think Quinn Cook has more upside than Livingston. And again, the thing that I would say pay attention to is their rotation as the season moves forward and where Quinn Cook fits with that, right? I mean, there's an opportunity for him to just the way they play, right? I mean, the way they play and they keep their rotation has been in the past. You know, you start looking at the point guard position for the Warriors and even the shooting guard position, right? They've got Sean Livingston, who we know they're very cautious with. They're very cautious with. You're looking at guys like Daniel House, Jacob Evans, you know, some of these guys. The one guy that's on that team, and I haven't looked to see if he's made the team or if he's been released by them, but I know that they claimed Tyler Ulis from the Bulls.
They let him go. They let him go, and the Bulls claimed him.
Oh, the Bulls claimed him. Okay, yeah. So that was a guy for me that I was going to pay attention to from a rotation standpoint and how it affected Quinn Cook. But Quinn Cook, you know, I like this guy a lot. I think the Warriors like this guy a lot. He earned his spot. He had a monster game back in April. Steph Curry was out against the Thunder,
right.
And that was a full-strength Thunder team too. So I think Quinn Cook is the minimum value guy you look to play in this game. I don't see him playing Sean Livingston. It's game 1 of the season. They know it's an 82-game season. They're trying to defend a title. I don't see Livingston playing him on with soreness.
Westbrook. It's like, why rush Westbrook back? You know what I mean?
You know, the Westbrook thing to me, dude, is a little bit fishy. It's just fishy. You know, you take a look at the guy had microscopic knee surgery, and he had it in November, right? So didn't he have it in November of last year or September, something like that? So I could be off on the date. I'll look that up. But he's been that's like a 6-week recovery, and I think he actually had it in the beginning of the summer.
And so he's been playing ball. I see him on Instagram. They have the guy C. Brickley, he's like the professional NBA trainer in New York, and he always has LeBron, Carmelo, all the like big time players out there. They're pretty much playing like, you know, 5-on-5 pickup all-star NBA player game. And Westbrook was out there playing. This was like a month ago. You know what I'm saying? So they're saying he's still recovering from surgery, but I just seen him playing in a live game like a month ago. You know what I mean? It wasn't.
Yeah, so he had the surgery in September, early September, right? 4 weeks was October 10th, and they were supposed to. He had his like final checkup on October 10th to get an assessment of where it was at. The surgery was to clean things up. Typically speaking, when you have an orthoscopic or microscopic knee surgery, you go get your knee scoped. It usually has something to do with cartilage. So to me, I always go back to the Barry Bonds rule, right? For me, Barry Bonds had a microscopic surgery, and he ended up getting an infection in it, and he was supposed to miss 4 weeks, and it turned into this huge deal. He missed a ton of time with it. When you're talking about a microscopic or orthoscopic surgery, you know, infection is like the #1 thing. Typically, you walk out of there after the surgery. It's not like it's an overnight surgery. It's you're in, you're out. They clean some stuff up, and you're walking and rehabbing on it the same day as soon as the anesthesia wears off. So, like you said, he's been playing basketball. To me, it's fishy. It's like either a huge game of cat and mouse, or the other thing is Russell Westbrook's not going to come back and give you a half-ass effort. Right. He's not. He's not going to want to be limited in minutes. He's not going to want to be any of those things. So the whole thing to me is fishy.
Right. No, I definitely agree. I mean, there's no point of, coming back in limited minutes and we get our ass whooped and, hey, why I play limited minutes? That ain't Russell Westbrook. You know what I mean? Just like you're saying. So, yeah, I mean, I think that we pretty much covered everything for, you know, the small little 2-game slate, bro. We got any questions out there or no? We good?
We just got some comments. I think somebody is Costa26. Sorry if I butchered your name. It might be Costa26. It says Westbrook is out for tomorrow. If you've seen that somewhere that I have not, I don't know where you would have seen that. We have like a endless amount of data that we get. I have not seen he's out yet. So again, monitor that situation with Westbrook. Other than that, you know, that's really, we don't have any questions. We've got a ton of viewers out there. So what we'll do, since we've got so many people on the live, watching it live right now, go ahead and let's give out those promo codes one more time. These promo codes for you guys that have stayed through and watched the whole video, blowing out luxury box memberships. These will be live for you guys who have watched the video for probably 30 minutes to an hour after this video ends, and then we'll cut the promo code off. That way people who go back and watch the video, they can't benefit from the video and the promo code as well since they didn't watch it live. But if you want to give those promo codes out again, the bundle and the NBA only, then we can wrap this thing up, get out of here. We'll see you guys on Wednesday with a full slate.
Okay, so I'll see you guys a little bit later today. I'll get you that NBA betting strategy video up so you can start reserving entries for tomorrow and start preparing yourself for Wednesday. So if you want just our NBA season package only, which is actually on sale for $200 right now, covers all season plus playoffs, our daily cash lines for Fanduel and DraftKings, plus full access to our optimizer, our live chat room, everything that we have on our site. We're offering you an extra $25 promo code to take off of that already discounted $200 price to make it $175 for the whole season. That promo code is NBA25 off. You could use at our checkout on dfscheatsheet.com. And if you want to jump in and have some real fun with us and get NFL and NBA season packages with us, that's actually on sale right now for $350. We'll give you an extra $50 off of that. So you get 2 sports for $300, full access for the next 6 months. That bundle promo code is Bundle Live. So yeah, hey, go check out our website. We got a lot of good things going. Take advantage of these promo codes and these specials that we're giving you guys. You're gonna make your money back quickly. That's a promise. And hey, I'm ready to get up out of here. Let's get this NBA money tomorrow. Any more questions, hit us in the comment section below, and we'll get to those on our next video. And hey, peace out, guys. Hey, go Lakers. LeBron James, baby. We got him. Let's go. Later.